Have you ever imagined a day filled with laughter and joy turning into a chilling nightmare? Picture this. In the heart of India, within the lively Conqueria Amusement Park, where cheers and excitement echoed through the air, a shadow of darkness emerged. But what was lurking behind the scenes that would transform this day of thrill-seeking into a haunting tale? Unveil the unsettling truth as we journey through the unfolding of an unimaginable tragedy, revealing a hidden world of negligence and corruption. On July 15, 2019, the park was crowded with hundreds of people on a pleasant and beautiful day. Families, friends, and thrill-seekers flocked to Conqueria to ride the rides that were available. The Discovery Pendulum in particular was drawing a sizable throng. The ride was a tall structure with an arm attached to an axle, a counterweight, and a pendulum carriage with 32 seats that were placed in a circle, and over-the-shoulder safety belts were located on opposite sides of the arm. The riders felt an excitement and sense of adventure as the pendulum swung back and forth, higher and higher. The pendulum made a few short swings at the start of the terrible ride, just like any other, as the pendulum steadily picked in speed and height. The riders could feel their hearts getting a little more excited. Children's giggles and adults' applause blended together to form an entrancing concoction of delight and expectation. The riders' faces were beaming as the pendulum rose to a height of roughly 20 feet. They were blissfully unaware of the impending catastrophe. Without any forewarning, the unthinkable occurred. A horrible sigh was released as the pendulum carriage's metallic arm, which was hauling it, bowed beneath the weight of the load. The cyclists felt a wave of panic come over them as they realized how seriously wrong everything was. The arm split in two with a terrible crack, sending the pendulum careening backward uncontrollably. Before making a loud impact on the ground, it sailed through the air. Everyone in the park could hear the noise because it was so loud. Before we delve further into this unsettling narrative, if you're finding this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support motivates us to bring you more thought-provoking content. Let's continue. The riders' once joyous yells became cries of agony and fear that pierced the air and shivered the hearts of everyone who heard them. The catastrophe happened in an instant, leaving a scene of desolation. The park's lively ambience had been replaced by an unsettling silence, broken only by the groans of the hurt and the startled gasps of passers-by when the turmoil broke out. Onlookers hurried to the scene, their faces etched with terror and shock. In an effort to release the entrapped passengers from their twisted seats, they made frantic attempts. Some others made an effort to reassure and comfort those who were hurt. Others scurried to figure out a way to assist. The sound of sirens announced the presence of emergency police and fire services in a matter of minutes. These courageous first responders took charge of the situation right away and worked diligently to free all 32 passengers from the rubble. The seriousness of the situation only became more obvious as the rescue operations progressed. Tragically, 2 passengers died as a result of their wounds. The remaining 30 passengers were hastily transported to the neighboring LG hospital after being severely injured. In order to treat the injured, medical crews were waiting. Due to the severity of their injuries, 15 of these people needed additional care. They had a long road to recovery ahead of them. Thus, their futures remained uncertain. Following this catastrophe, the park was shut down, and numerous park employees were detained, particularly considering that this was the 3rd disaster involving an amusement park in less than a month. There was a tremendous public uproar. People questioned the safety precautions and inspection practices, not only at Conqueria, but also at amusement parks across the nation, and demanded answers. 2 potential scenarios surfaced as the accident's cause was being investigated. One hypothesized that the arm's load-bearing cables had broken during the swing. Another suggested that the welded portion at the end of the arm or unsecured nuts and bolts could fail. Whatever the specific reason, it was clear that there had been a serious oversight in the inspection processes, which should have guaranteed the safety of the passengers. The Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation was in charge of granting permits to run amusement parks in Ahmedabad. Companies had to show that they conducted routine ride inspections and present proof of their use of safety precautions in order to obtain a license. Opposition party leaders asserted that licenses were frequently provided in violation of inspection and safety regulations, and based primarily on personal interests. The Chief Minister of Gujarat Province demanded harsh action against all parties at fault. In response to the tragedy and public uproar, Superstar Amusement Private Limited, who had the right permits to run the park through the end of 2019, was eventually held accountable. Following the catastrophe, legal action ensued as culpable homicide charges were leveled against 6 individuals associated with the company. Among them were the managing director, his son, the park manager, 2 ride operators, and an assistant. In the wake of this grave incident, the Chief Minister of Gujarat Province took resolute steps. Recognizing the imperative for substantial reform, the Chief Minister initiated the formation of a dedicated commission, entrusted with a critical mandate. This commission embarked on a thorough investigation into the tragic event. Its overarching goal was to craft and implement more stringent regulations pertaining to amusement park safety and inspections. Notably, this commitment extended to the readiness to amend existing legal frameworks if necessary to ensure the prevention of future calamities. In addition to taking 2 lives, the catastrophe at Conqueria Amusement Park revealed the flaws in the public safety system. This incident's eerie echoes resonated beyond the park, having a long-lasting effect on the general consciousness of the country. As word got out, families in India started to worry about the security of theme parks and the true cost of seeking enjoyment. Amusement parks all throughout the nation performed thorough inspections and reviews in the months following the disaster. Parks that were found to be breaking safety regulations had to close until the necessary repairs could be completed. It was a hard lesson to learn, but one that would make future thrill seekers and families alike safer. The incident at Conqueria Amusement Park was not an isolated occurrence. It bore eerie similarities to another tragic event that unfolded 2 years prior on the other side of the globe: the Ohio State Fair accident in the United States. Just like Conqueria's Pendulum ride, the Fireball attraction at the Ohio State Fair experienced a devastating failure on July 26, 2017. In a horrifying twist, a gondola disconnected from its supporting arm, resulting in fatal outcomes and severe injuries. These uncanny parallels underscore the sobering truth about potential dangers inherent in the world of amusement park rides, transcending borders and highlighting the need for comprehensive safety measures. The loss of 2 lives served as a stark reminder of the pressing need for enhanced safety measures and more rigorous inspection protocols in theme parks across the globe. The Conqueria tragedy cast a spotlight on the potential risks associated with amusement rides, urging authorities to re-evaluate existing precautions. The sorrowful events of that day ignited conversations about safeguarding visitors' lives and preventing such heart-wrenching accidents in the future. The scars left by the Conqueria tragedy may have started to fade, but the memory of that dreadful day remains etched in the minds of many. Families, communities, and the nation collectively felt the impact of the loss. The harrowing incident served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability we all face in pursuit of amusement and excitement. The echoes of that day continue to resonate, fostering a stronger commitment to prioritizing safety above all else. As time moved forward, the wounds inflicted by the tragedy began to heal. However, the aftermath of this catastrophe ignited a transformative wave of change. The pain of the past propelled authorities to reevaluate safety regulations, leading to more stringent guidelines for amusement park operators. The Conqueria incident became a rallying point for reform, inspiring a renewed dedication to visitor safety and well-being. Your engagement in this eye-opening journey through the unfortunate events at the amusement park